everybody. How are you doing? Welcome to the Yarn Thing podcast with Marley Bird. I am your host, Marley Bird. You can catch the podcast live every Tuesday morning at 10 o'clock Mountain Time. That's 12 o'clock on the East Coast, 9 o'clock on the West Coast, and 11 o'clock in the Midwest. If you would like to know what time 10 o'clock Mountain Time is for you, do Google Denver, Colorado, as that is 10 o'clock Mountain Time. And that is where I used to live. And that's why I keep saying Mountain Time, because I'm just used to it, even though I am now on the East Coast. And so it is noon for me here, which means we get to spend my lunch hour together. And hopefully it's your lunch hour as well. Or it's a late brunch if you're on the West Coast. Let's say thank you to our lovely sponsors before we jump in. We're going to say thank you to Stitches.events, Creative Bug, Erin Lane Bags, where the Destination Lane signups have begun again for 2020. So if you want to be part of the Destination Lane subscription box, they are great. It's one of the only ones I subscribe to. It is live now. Just go to destinationlane.com. We also have Buffalo Wool Company, and last but certainly not least, Red Heart Yarns, home of Chic Sheep Yarn by Marley Bird. And all of the Red Heart Yarn line you can find at yarnspirations.com. So check out yarnspirations.com for all of your yarn needs. So welcome everybody. It is December 3rd. We are 3 days in to the 24 days of quickies with Marley Bird and friends. So far, we've had 3 crochet projects. Don't worry, there are knitting ones on the way as well. We tried to mix them up as much as possible, but as many of you know, there aren't that many knitting bloggers out there. So there are the few of us that knit and crochet and blog and offer patterns for free, but there are many more crocheters. So I do have some free projects coming out as well, because I'm not going to leave my knitters hanging. You guys know I love you. Just be patient. I promise there are more knitting patterns on their way. But today marks the 3rd day. We have already seen a one ball shawl, which is what we're going to talk about today. We have seen a little tiny polar bear stuffed animal, and then today's is a Christmas stocking. So we're getting quite the variety of projects, but the whole idea is that by the end of these 24 days, you have 24 quick projects that you could complete for gifts or for yourself. So let's say thank you to some of you who are joining in live here. I want to make sure I give a shout out to all of you over here, and thank you to my moderator, Chris Lopez. And hello to Tamara Kelly. Tamara, I am wearing your bandana cowl. I've called it a shawl in a video I recently did, because the one ball shawl is essentially like the bandana cowl, but I'm wearing this today. I love it. It's part of the 3-2-1 gift along. If you guys don't know, this was 2 balls of Chic Sheep to create this really cute bandana cowl. I adore it. Hello to Carrie. Hello to Margie, Diana, Sarah, Miss Unnecessary, Marlene, Karen, and Becky and Marcia. Thank you to all of you for joining me here today. This is a different type of podcast today, guys, because I don't have a guest. I am your guest. Today's show is all about the quickies. So as I mentioned at the start of the show, we are doing the 24 days of quickies, and I have set up my little desk here to be able to show you how to make the little one ball shawl. Look how cute this is. This is what I made in the demonstration video that I'm editing right now, but I'm hoping that I can work through most of that with all of you here as well. So it should be a lot of fun. And if you don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to the 24 days of quickies, let's take a look at the blog post, so that way we can kind of all be on the same page of what's happening. Is that good for all of you? All right, so we're going to share my screen here. So this here, you guys, this is the blog post for the 24 days of quickies, 24 quick knit and crochet projects for gifts. Up here, you can see this URL. You want to bookmark that URL. If you have not yet, bookmark it so you can go back to this page every day for the next 24 days, because on here, you are going to find that each day we announce a brand new designer who is offering a free pattern. You can see I'm just scrolling down, And I'm getting all the way down here where it says designer hop guest list and links. This is the part that you are really the most concerned about. All the other stuff that I just skipped past, you can read all that. You can even watch the video that Caitlin and I did. I recommend it. It's fun and funny and all that good stuff. But when it comes to returning back every day, because none of that information is going to change, you want to come down here. And down here, you will find, obviously, all of the dates that are listed here for the 24 days. And as each day comes to pass, we will change that date to where it announces who the designer was. We also add a hyperlink to that date. So if I were to click this, that would take me to the One Ball Crochet Shawl project, which was day 1 of the 24 days of quickies. If I come back here, this is the original blog post once again. I could click right here for the Underground Crafters project. And look at that. It's the free little tiny amigurumi polar bear. Super cute. She also has these other little amigurumi pieces you can make on her website as well. Going back to the original post. And here we are on day 3. I could click right there and we go to Sincerely Pam, where she is giving away a free stocking pattern. Okay, so you get this free stocking pattern. Each day, you will come back to this original blog post. As the new day comes, we will add a new link to this position. Obviously, we've also added the same link in this position where it says click here for the pattern. Pretty simple stuff, right? I don't think it's too difficult at all. So the whole idea here is that a lot of my blogger friends, my designer friends came together. We're joining forces to help promote one another and help you create really great quick projects for the next 24 days. And I love the whole spin and play on the word quickie. And so it's just a lot of fun. Yes, again, the first 3 projects so far have been crochet. There will be more knit projects also. I love to knit. You guys know that. I have a lot of knitting projects coming up. I have this project getting tested right now. This is a sneak peek. You guys see that? It's a sneak peek. Not sure what the name's going to be yet, but it's pretty fun. You get to do some Latvian braid, some Fair Isle, and then some really cool decreases up here at the top and the top of the crown. It just looks so pretty. I just love it. So this pattern is coming. I also have a pair of fingerless mitts that are on their way. I have a sweater. I have a bunch of different things. Now, the sweater obviously is not a quickie project, so that one's going to come up down the road. But I want you knitters to know I have not forgotten about you. I know you're here. I love that you're here. So please be patient with me. So let's see here. I feel like that really helps you guys understand how to find things on my website. You will always find the links to the patterns you're looking for, or the pages you're looking for, or the techniques you're looking for on the blog as you're surfing through stuff. You just have to click the links. It's all there. So today, I want to talk to you guys about the One Shawl project. Now, I don't have one here with me. And you might be thinking, well, how did you write the pattern if you don't have one there with you? Well, let me share my screen again. Let me go back here to the original. We're going to share the screen. And you can see here that this One Ball Shawl crochet is modeled by my assistant or social media director or friend, Caitlin. Caitlin actually made the sample for this project. Those of you who have followed along with the YouTube channel or just my designs probably recognize the base of this. It's part of the Super Simple Shawl project, which is a super simple shawl using one ball of Colorscapes. So we took that body and then we transformed the edging here and added this really cool, sort of like a picot edging. It's really very, very, very easy. Caitlin used one ball of Red Hearts Roll With It tweed for this project. This says 296 yards, which means you could literally grab any ball of yarn you want and make this project as long as you have close to 296 yards, right? If you have more yardage, you can make it bigger. If you have less yardage, you can make it smaller. This is such an easy customizable pattern that, I mean, it's fantastic. So Caitlin made the sample, which is why I don't have a sample. So I know how to make this project. I just filmed a video for this project. The pattern is written up for this project. It's right there. I just showed it to you. There's also a Ravelry PDF that you could purchase, which is an ad-free PDF if you want to go that route. Remember, I have ads on my website because that helps pay me for those free patterns. So if you're one of those people that loves free patterns, I mean, really, who doesn't love free patterns? The way I get paid and the other bloggers and my friends who are offering free patterns for the next 24 days, we get paid by you visiting our website and us having those links on our website. We also know there are some people who don't like those ads and they would much prefer just a clean, crisp PDF download. So we offer those for purchase. So there's ways for you to get the pattern. People are excited. They're saying Caitlin did a great job. I think Caitlin did a great job too. And she looks really great in all of the pictures. She did awesome. So this shawl is very easy, and I want to take this time during the podcast and show you how to make it if you guys are willing to work with me here. As I said, I have this set up right here. Let me show you, show you my setup. Are you ready? I'm going to lean down. Okay, so this is my iPad, and it's resting on top of a box, like a mailbox, like a box. See that? And there's my camera. And so we are going to work together here and try and make this work. So if you guys are ready, I'm going to move my keyboard out of the way and let's see if we can make this work together. I'm going to bring in, let's use the Roll With It tweed here to start. And I'm at the gray. Can the gray show up? Yeah, the gray shows up. I think my hardest part here is going to be making sure that I stay in camera because this is really different. This is just really different for me. So let's see here. Let me share my screen. Share the screen. I'll let you guys see what we got going on here. And let's see if this will work. Thanks for bearing with me, guys. Okay, and here we are. Da, 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 da. Okay, so we are going to start here with a very simple slip knot. So I'm going to place the slip knot on my hook. This is so close. Oh my gosh. Those of you who often will say, Marley, I want you to crochet or knit closer to the camera. You're going to see why it's so difficult to do that because obviously this is so close. There's no wiggle room. Like if I just move one bit too much, I'm out of frame and that's no fun. So I'm going to come over here. I want to make sure I have the pattern up so that I'm following correctly with all of you. My nose all of a sudden decided to get runny on me. Alrighty, and so I'm going to the One Ball Shawl project, scrolling, 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 and I'm at the body. Okay, so we're gonna start with the body stitches. How are we doing? Can you guys see this well? I just wanna make sure I'm looking, and here we are. I think you guys are doing all right. Okay, here we are. So we start off with the chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're now going to place all of the next stitches into this first chain. So we're going to skip these 3 chains. So I yarn over my hook. I'm going to come all the way down here to this first chain here. Insert my hook. I split the yarn. Hold on. I don't want to split the yarn. Insert my hook. Yarn over, draw up a loop. Yarn over, draw through 2. Yarn over, draw through 2. So I did just a basic double crochet. Now, it's important to note that this initial skipped 3 chains here, that's gonna count as a stitch. Now, those of you who follow along here on YouTube with me, you know I like to use stitch markers in that beginning of the row. And so I'm going to here as well, if I can get it without splitting yarn. It's hard to do all of this live. Okay. So I'm just going to put that there just so that we know, and it will give you guys an orientation of where things are, okay? So here I am. I'm going to, so I did my double. Now I chain 1, double crochet into that same chain. Chain 1, double crochet into that same chain. Now this is important. It says that I'm supposed to put a marker right here. And the reason I'm putting a marker there is because that is the center of my shawl. And so the way the instructions are written is you have to work the stitches down to the center, and then in the center stitch, you will do something different. So that's why you want to mark that center one, even if you don't do this one out here. Okay, guys? So I've marked the center, chain one, double crochet into that same chain, chain one, and now I will put 2 double crochets into this same chain. So there's 1 and there's 2. You with me? So if I were to look at this, just like so, we have 2 double crochets out here. We have a chain 1, double chain 1. We have a center double crochet right here, chain 1, double chain 1, and then 2 double crochets out here. All of this has set up my shawl, okay? Every time we're on the edge out here, we will always do 2 double crochets. Every time we're on the edge out here, we will always do 2 double crochets. And every time we're in this center portion, we are going to work an increase, which consists of a chain 1, a double crochet, a chain 1, a double crochet, a chain 1, and a double crochet. Okay, so there's going to be all of that in that center marked stitch, which is why we have to have it marked. Does that make sense to all of you? Are you guys with me so far? I'm going to check here really quickly and make sure that you guys are all good. Let's see here. People are saying perfect. This looks great. Good morning. Okay, so I think we're good. All right, so I'm going to go back to my hands. Go back to my hands here, and let's make sure this is working up just fine. Okay, so we're back here to my hands. I am going to turn my work. So I'm going to turn my work, and I chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Again, this chain 3 counts as a stitch. So if you want to mark it, let's grab, I'm surprised I didn't run out of markers here. I have markers everywhere, you guys. Okay, so if you wanted to mark it right here, you can mark that chain that's right behind the loop on your hook. That will be the last stitch of your row when I come back there. Now, because that counts as a stitch, that's the first double crochet we want. Remember, I already mentioned that we want 2 down here at the edges. So I will put my second one right here in the very first double crochet. You with me? Now we're going to work a chain 1 double crochet all the way down until we get to our marked center. So I will chain 1 double crochet into this double crochet, chain 1 double crochet into this double crochet, and now I'm to my marker. So this is what I want to do in my marker, and this is what I will do in this marked stitch through the entire body of the pattern. Okay, guys? So we will do chain 1 double crochet into that marked stitch. I'm gonna have to get more yarn here in a minute. Chain 1 double crochet into that marked stitch. Oops. Chain 1 and double crochet into that marked stitch. Okay, so all of that is into that marked stitch. Now I will take this marker out and I will place it in the top of that center double crochet, because that is now my marked stitch at the center. Does that make sense? Now I carry on doing my chain 1 double crochet all the way to this last stitch here, where I will do 2 double crochets. So I chain 1 double crochet into the double, chain 1 double crochet into the double, chain 1, and now I will put 2 double crochets into the third chain of my turning chain, which I happen to have marked. So I could just go right into that chain, and work 1 double crochet and my second double crochet. Ta-da! You guys see that? Does that look good to you? Let me make sure this is marked out here. All right, so right here, I would actually remove this purple marker and it will go into the 3rd chain of the next row. Okay, so what's going on here is that this 2nd row that we've just completed, that is what we continue on working through the rest of the pattern. So I would do chain 3, double crochet in the first, and then I would do the chain 1 double all the way down to here. So I chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Then in this marked stitch, I would do a chain 1, a double crochet, a chain 1, a double crochet, a chain 1, a double crochet. And then I come back along this side. I do a chain 1 double, a chain 1 double, a chain 1 double, a chain 1 double, a chain 1, and then 2 doubles into that marked stitch. Does that help? Hopefully that makes a lot of sense to you guys. I'm going to come back up here and let you see my beautiful face again. I'm going to take a look here at the stitches. Let's see. Gina says, my stitch count turned out right, even though I put all of my beginning stitches in the 3rd and 4th chains. I think you'll be, if I'm understanding right, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to put in those chains. You should be fine. It's pretty easy. This is called filet crochet when you double on top of doubles and you chain between those doubles. It's called filet crochet. So it's a very easy stitch. We're just increasing in the filet crochet right down the center and the sides. Okay. Once you get the shawl where it's about 18 inches long from the center point. So we're going to use this as an example here. You know what? You could tell I was filming earlier. See, there's my microphone that I usually use when I'm doing my YouTube. So let's use this as an example. From this point here to this point here, down the center of your shawl, if it's about 18 inches, that's where Caitlin has us stop because that's where she wanted to make sure she had enough yarn left to create the edging. If you want yours a little bit longer and you have a second ball of yarn that you want to use, you totally could do that. If you want yours a little bit shorter, you could do that. You just have to be careful that it still will fit over your head because remember, we're going to join and make it so it's a bandana sort of like this. Now, do you have to do that? No, you don't have to at all. We could finish up the edging and you don't have to do the joining bit at all. You can make yours larger, you can make yours smaller. That's the beauty of this pattern. It's really customizable to whatever yarn you want to use. Again, I'm using the Roll With It tweed. I love the Roll With It melange. This would be very beautiful. And this has 389 yards. So it has 100 more yards. So you definitely could go longer than 18 inches at the center if you have this one. You could even go solid color if you wanted to and use Chic Sheep. You'd have to use 2 of these to get about the size of what the sample is. You could use more. I mean, whatever you want to do. There's really no low limit, guys. You could do really anything you want. I give you permission to do whatever you want. Okay. So once you get the body to the point you want it to be at, that's when it's time to do the edging. So I'm going to bring in a different sample here, if I can find it after I moved everything around. And let's work the edging on this one. And let's see if this will work. Part of me feels like I should do a couple more rows on it, but I don't want it to be so big that I can't work with it with the camera here. How you guys doing? Okay. All right. Looks like you're doing well. Looks like you're doing well. I'm pulling in the Roll With It melange that I was using, guys. Melange, whatever. It's French. The really pretty marled looking Roll With It. It's gorgeous. I love it. Okay. Here we are. We are getting ready to do row 1 of the edging. So let me share my screen. Whew. Share. Here we are. And da 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 da. Okay, so I'm going to put this back on. I've got a couple more rows on this little sample than what I had on the other. You can see right there, but I still have my center marker out here. I just removed the outside ones because they were in my way, so I moved them. But this is where we would begin the edging. So I'm going to make sure I'm following the edging instructions as they are written. So we start off with a chain 2, okay? And this chain 2 does not count as a stitch. It's just to give us the height we need. Now we're going to do a double crochet 3 together. So I yarn over my hook, go into the first stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2. Yarn over my hook, go to the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over my hook, go into the next stitch, which is this chain 1 space. So I'm going to go into that big space, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2. So I have 4 loops on my hook. I'm going to yarn over and draw through all 4 loops on my hook. Now I chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and I will do all of that again. So I'm going to go to this double crochet, insert my hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2. Yarn over my hook, insert my hook in that chain 1 space, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2. Yarn over my hook, go into this double crochet, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2. 4 loops on my hook, yarn over, draw through all 4 loops. You see how you're getting this kind of cool looking 3 double crochet together? Chain 3, and we do it again. This time we start off with the chain 3 space, or the chain 1 space. So go into the space, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2. Yarn over my hook, go into the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2. Yarn over the hook, go into the space, yarn over the hook, pull up a loop, yarn over the hook, draw through 2. Yarn over, draw through all 4 loops on my hook. Chain 3. I'm going to repeat this all the way down until I get to this center double crochet here, okay? Because that's where we want to still increase at the center so that our edging will lay flat, but we do something slightly different. So I'm just going to work through here. I'm just doing these double crochet 3 togethers. You'll notice, oh, I didn't do 3 together. See, so I'm just thinking about other things. I'm not doing it right. Let's do this one more time. 3 together, Marlena, not 3 doubles. Okay, so there's 1 and there's 2 partials. And here's my 3rd partial into my marked stitch. 4 loops on my hook, yarn over, draw through all 3. And now I'm going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now I'm going to do the double crochet 3 together, but this one, see, I make sure I'm in the camera here. I'm going to have the first leg of my double crochet 3 together start in that same marked stitch. And yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2, and then go into the chain 1 space, and then go into the double. There we are. So there's 4 loops on my hook, yarn over, draw through all 4, chain 3. And now I repeat this back up to the start. I guess that helps if I start with a double. There we go. This makes you appreciate all the editing I do, right? When you don't have to watch this stuff. Oops. Here we go. Almost to the end here. 1, 2, 3. And we come into the single, chain 1 space. Oh, I just finished that double, didn't I? I don't want to do that. Okay, so there's my partial. And then I go into the double and do the partial, and then go into the chain 3. It's the top of the chain 3, because remember that counts as a double crochet. There we are. Now I have 4 loops on my hook. Yarn over, draw through all 4. Okay, so this is what the end of the first row of edging looks like. Now the next row is where we do these picots, okay? So before I go on to the picots, I do want to take a look and see what you guys are saying here. Let's see here. That stuff is fun. Let me know. I'm not the only one. Oh, when I mess up. Can this be done with cotton? Absolutely. Ruth, where do you find the pattern? The link will be in the video description box of this video once this is complete. But it is part of the 24 days of quickies with Marley Bird and friends. Let's see here. I'm so glad I'm watching. I probably need help with the edging. And yeah, you know what? Like the edging part, when I did the video, it needed a little bit more clarification than was written originally. So I've clarified it from there. And this video will totally help you guys also. Okay, so here we go. Let's get back to the iPad and the edging. Here we go. So I'm here at the end. I'm going to turn my work and I'm on row 2 of the edging or the trim. And this is the right side. Okay, so this is the right side. I will chain 1. I'm going to make sure, hold on a second. I'm going to make sure that my screen is refreshed. I'm going to make sure that I'm doing everything I'm supposed to, make sure it's all good. Because now all of a sudden it's like skipping on me. Come on, open up, open up. Do you love this? Computers. Computers are awesome. Computers are way awesome. Let's see. Da, 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 da. What's going on here? Return to editor. Not sure what's happening. Pause for parts. Okay. Da, 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 da. That's not what I want. That's not what I want. That's not what I want. Here, I'm going to stop sharing so you guys can see me here. You can see I'm like, what's happening? What's going on? I'm like not getting the page I want with the instructions I want. Let's make sure. Okay, here we are. Okay. Oh, alrighty. And share screen, share. Is it sharing? Pretty sure it is. I want to make sure. Okay, here we go. Oh, my computer decided to. What's happening here? Hold on. Sorry. Give me a second. Obviously, things are a little haywire here. Just doing it a little bit crazy. Okay. And we want the camera. Here we are. Make sure this is out where I want it. All right. So now I don't know how we got off screen like that, but whatever. Oh, I know. Okay. Here we go. Here's what we want. All right, you guys can see me now, right? Make sure you guys can see me. Okay, I want to make sure here. Okay, yes. All right. Okay, one more time. So row 2, This is what you get, guys. This is where we are. Row 2, this is the right side. We begin, did I do a chain 1 yet? I can't even remember. So let me go back. I'm going to go back. Here we are. So I'm at the end of row 1. I'm going to turn my work and we're going to do row 2. We're going to chain 1. I'm going to skip this double crochet 3 together. I'm going to come all the way over here to this chain 3 space. We will do 2 single crochets. So there's 1 and 2. Now I want to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And I do 2 more singles in that same space. So there's 1 and 2. Okay, let's do this again. I'm going to skip this double crochet 3 together, come to this chain 3 space. I will put 2 singles. So there's 1 and 2. Then I chain 3. And I put 2 singles again. So there's 1 and 2. You see how I'm getting these little like picos right there? Pretty cute, right? So I'm going to repeat that all the way down until I get to where this chain 5 down here is. So in each one of these chain 3 spaces, I will do the 2 single crochets and the 3 chains. Okay, so let's see here. Here we go. So I'm going to come over here, this chain 3 space, make sure I'm in frame. There's 1 single, there's 2 singles, chain 3, and 2 singles. So there's 1 and 2. Come to the next chain 3 space, 2 singles, chain 3, and then 2 singles. So there's 1, whoops, and 2. Another chain 3 space, so 1 single, 2 single, whoop, where's the 1, 2, 3, chains, and then 2 singles. Readjust my yarn. Now I can remove this marker. Get it out of the way. I'm to the chain 5 space. In this chain 5 space, we will do 3 singles. So there's 1, 2, 3, chain 3, and then do 3 singles again. So there's 1, 2, and 3. You see? And then I come over here, single, single, chain 3, single, single, all in that chain 3 space. Okay? So this is what I'm getting. Can you see? I'm getting this really cool picot-y look. So this is the border or the body of my shawl. This is the double crochet 3 together area, and this is the picot area. Okay, so without going to the end, because we're already going pretty long here, you would finish this all the way down here, and when you get down here to the end, you would finish with a slip stitch. This is the right side of your fabric. So the side that you just did your picots on is the right side. So you would turn it the other way. And imagine this as your wingspan edge. Okay, this is your wingspan edge. You want to take your wingspan edge and fold them in towards each other. Okay, so you have the 2 wingspans overlapping one another. You'll notice this one here is the one where the yarn would be, that's where it would be finished off. So you have this one over, or let's see, this one overlaps this one. So if this yarn were up here, you would slip stitch into that edge just to get them to start joining. And then you single crochet through both of these fabrics where they're crossed over each other. and then single crochet around the rest of it until you get back to the beginning here and you join with a slip stitch. Okay, so what that does is it gives you this opening. This is where your head would go. This is the front of your shawl. This is the back of your shawl, and then it doesn't fall off of you. So this is another one here. This is one I've already finished, like a little one. You can see this is the front of the shawl. Like there's the center, here's down the front, here is the front picots. And if I turn this over, this is where I joined with a slip stitch. Then I single crocheted through both of the fabrics right there. Okay. And then I just single crocheted evenly just around the top, got back to this point, joined with a slip stitch and cut my yarn. And so that would be the little shawl. Make sense? Hopefully it makes sense to you guys. Let me take a look at what you guys are saying here. Oh, that's a lot. Okay. Let's see, really cute edging. Let's see here. Anyone can do a recorded tutorial, but a live tutorial is something altogether different. Dude, you're telling me it's completely different. But I do the best I can. Those of us who do the live tutorials like that, I know Mikey does them. I know Tamara does them. I know Vicky does them. It's hard. It's hard to talk and be able to pay attention to the video and do what you're supposed to do with the crochet needle or crochet hook or the knitting needles at the same time. So thank you for the compliment. Let's see here. Everybody is saying, well done. They love the edging, cute picots. They love the look. And Kara, is that Kara? Carrie, she says it's like a princess tiara. Yeah, I guess so. If it were a little bit bigger, it'd be a cute bandana for Lucy, but it's too small. This one's too small. Hello from Cincinnati. Let's see. Josie says, how long were you perfecting your crochet technique before you began designing your own patterns? Not long, Josie. I never followed a pattern, really. I just started jumping in and doing my own thing all the way along. Candy is saying, I like how you're talking to yourself. I do that all the time. Candy, I always talk to myself. Sometimes you need expert advice. That's a joke from my friend Lindsay. She always says that. Let's see. Gina, she says, oh, okay, for some reason I'm misunderstanding how that hook together makes perfect sense now. Oh, good. Okay, good. It's a doll shawl. Yes. June says everything makes sense. Kathleen says, Marley Bird, you rock. Thank you very much. Catherine says she loves my videos because they're easy to follow. Thank you. I try. Chris Lopez says, I'm her hero. I heart you, Chris Lopez. And let's see here. Lou says, this was really helpful. The Pico is super cute. Thank you. And Miranda says, I love your tutorials and your channel. Oh, you guys make me feel so good. Thank you so much. I do work really hard at all of the videos and tutorials I do. All of them are done by me, guys. I'm the one in front of the camera, checking the lights, making sure the sound works. And obviously like my mic is still on me. And then I do all the editing and upload. So as much as you see me here catching my mistakes as I'm working through it, there are times I'll get through an entire video and I won't catch a mistake that I had done because I was talking or something. And I'm like, oh man. So hopefully now you guys will understand that sometimes I make mistakes and it's because I'm trying to talk and teach and do everything all at the same time. And it's really not that easy. But anyways, now all of you, I'm going to put this away because that is just really just in the way. So now all of you know how to make this one ball shawl. I'm curious how many of you are going to make it. Super easy. We're less than an hour in and I got as far as I did on this little tiny one. I'm going to rip. I didn't want to finish this because I actually want to make this into a shawl for myself. So that's why I didn't want to keep going because I want to keep going and make it a real deal because that's what I love. Let's see here. Marian says, I always recommend your videos to my students if they need another way to view the process. Oh, thank you so much. You guys, that's the biggest compliment you can give me is recommending my videos to other people. The more subscribers I have on here, the more people that view my videos, the more YouTube realizes that people like what I do and the more they share my videos. And that's honestly, that's how I make money, and that's how I'm able to do this free of charge to all of you. So thank you so much for that. Josie says, sometimes we have to roll with the mistakes just as they are, deliberately done. Amen to that. I do that quite often. And there you go. Okay, so other than the shawl, I'm curious, since we're on the podcast, why not? Let's just chat for a little bit. I'm curious how many of you did the turkey trot piece. I am still working on my knit one. I'm almost done with my crochet one. Do you guys want to see my crochet one? I'll pull out my crochet one. My knit one is upstairs in my room. Let's see, escape. My knit one is upstairs in my room, but I can show you the crochet one that I have so far. Oop, I'm gonna lose my hook. Where's my hook go? It's like dangling. Can you see it? How many of you do that? So this is my crochet one. Mine, all mine. See if I can get it all up here for you. Make sure everything is in place so you can see. Okay. I'm gonna make sure it shows right. So this part here, this is my cowl, okay? This is my cowl portion. This is the extension, which will be the poncho portion. I'm okay to say that now because those of you who followed along know, but I wonder if I could put it on and show all of you. Oh, I'm totally gonna mess up my hair. So mine's not done, mind you, but oh my gosh, I love this. Can you see? Like it's that far on my arm, cowl neck. This is gonna be longer, so it'll be longer over here on this arm. I'm loving this thing. Like this thing is so awesome. The crochet one and the knit one, they're designed to be the same size. So the knit one should come out about the same size. The whole idea behind this piece, I thought it would be really great just to throw on. And, you know, like you have kind of one arm that's covered up and then the other arm that is kind of free. And I thought it'd be really awesome, like if you're working or you're on a plane. I just think they're you know what? I kind of like it at this length too. That's kind of cool, asymmetrical, huh? It's the first time I've tried it on. I kind of like that too. So this was the turkey trot crochet piece. The knit one is upstairs. I'm still knitting on it. Knitting just takes longer. It takes so much longer, but it is designed similar. I did drop stitches and eyelets for the knitting piece, but I think it's a lot of fun. Wonder how many of you are making these pieces too. I'm curious. It is a free pattern on my website. It is the Turkey Trot 2019 Mystery Make-Along. For those of you who don't know, that is what we did last weekend. And yeah, so there's that. And then Sunday, I'm supposed to put out the ad-free PDF if you want everything in one place, because the Turkey Trot, the instructions were released over 3 days. So the instructions are separated out by 3 days. And so, yeah. So much fun. All right. So that's it for today's show, guys. I hope you enjoyed learning how to make this super great quickie project. It's one that you can add to your own repertoire and give out these awesome shawls this holiday season. And yeah, make sure you have bookmarked that link. I'll make sure that it is in the video description box of this video, as well as the Turkey Trot link. So that way you guys can get them. Come back every day. Find out who the new designer is of the day. I know next Tuesday and the following Tuesday, the designer of the day is actually going to be joining me here on YouTube. So just like I did a demonstration today, they're going to do a demonstration. So that will be a lot of fun to do. But until next time, guys, this is the Yarn Thing podcast. I'm Marley Bird. Make sure you have hit subscribe, smash that like button. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. It's something completely different, but hey, I just thought we'd have a good time. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.